Hey traders, Jason here with Day Trading Fearless. Welcome to another live stream for November 2nd, 2022. Here's a disclosure, just real quick. Everything is not trade advice, things like that, and I am just some dude on YouTube. So make sure you guys do your due diligence, do not follow my trades, blah blah blah. So again, none of this is trade advice. But welcome to the live stream for November 2nd, 2022. This is what the Fed said. We're going to kind of do the evening session, look for a couple trades, but I'm also going to let everybody know about what my thoughts are with the Fed, things like that. But before I jump into this real quick, while people are kind of coming in, if you're watching this afterwards, um, do me a favor and check out my website, daytrainfearless.com. Okay. And you could get my $99 lifetime access special, S&P EMA weekly trade zones, plus my top 5 trading strategies video course. All for $100, one-time payment. I've been doing the trade zones for about 7 years now, and these are what the S&P EMA weekly trade zones are. These are the ones for this week, and look at this one right here. Okay, gave this trade zone last week, and or last weekend, and look at this, a huge move lower, right to it, and a nice bounce. So just my trade zone started right around the 37 59.75 50 level. The low was 37.60, so came within a couple ticks and had a nice probably 12-point bounce. So trade zones are on fire this week. Worked great. We filled a gap, so let's get rid of that gap fill. Let's do this, get rid of this gap here. And so make sure you guys check those out. Again, $99 one-time payment. Want to say hello to everybody in the chat room. Hope you guys all had a good day. Um, and hope you guys didn't get beat up too hard. Massive reversal intraday off the Fed news. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but just wait for a few more people to come into the chat room. I'm going to kind of give you guys my thoughts, probably go on a rant of what I believe the way to trade this for probably in next couple weeks to next couple months, when my thoughts are and things like that. But how did everybody do trading today? What's going on, Yoga Girl and Jordan? Um, Hope you guys did good. Didn't get beat up today. Hey, Elite 1987. Okay, we're also going to look for some trade setups. Today we're just kind of sideways, really not going to do anything crazy unless we see a trade. Market needs to kind of make some moves and all that. I thought we would be a little more active than what we are right now. So, and then let's take a look at a couple things real quick. Let's take a look at the bigger picture, okay? And see what exactly the markets are looking like, right? We had a double top, right? With a breakdown, came lower, rallied, made a lower high, and we're now making lower lows, right? We actually took out this low right here. So this entire structure of the market is actually a low, a high, right? Or a high, a low, lower high, lower low. But we took out all of this price action right here. Literally, so even though we just broke it, this entire market structure is now bearish. Just a FYI, guys. So be careful if you're looking for like big moves back up to the 4,000 level, things like that. I think this was a move. I think we're going to stair step our way lower. Remember, Friday morning, we do have what you call it, job numbers for the month of October coming out and all that. So, um, hey Jordan, closed the long Aussie with a trailing stop. It was nice. Then step back. Great job, man. Awesome job of trading. The Aussie. Yeah, yeah. Look, there's definitely money to be made in these markets. I actually did all my trading beforehand. I actually had about what was it, five scalps with five winners today. Um, just kind of trading that chop of what was going on this morning. Nice bell-shaped curve start to form. But um, so let's see what's going on. And again, anybody who's new, if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. I will answer them for you guys. Um, I'm probably just gonna be on for about an hour or so tonight. Uh, Hopefully the market does something, gets a little action, but if not, we're okay with it too. So as we could see, there's really nothing going on with the overall market. I mean, look at we're just stuck, right? Stuck in a sideways channel. We got to break higher or lower. Hey Jay, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to talk with you yesterday too. Hopefully that stuff helped and all that. So I'm gonna go over my thoughts with the Fed. Um, so they raised 75 basis points today, and my thoughts with the Fed are they it's funny how they kind of talk bullish or dovish in the release, but when they did the news conference, I think they messed up. They saw the market rally and they had to really downplay and start talking down the market again. Remember, this Fed is trying to cripple the economy, right? Because they're trying to bring down inflation. Like I said, I don't think what they're doing is going to fix inflation because all these prices of higher prices in McDonald's, Chipotle, supermarket restaurants, that's all here to stay. That's my personal thought, right? Meaning a year from now, those eggs, if they're $3, they're gonna be $3. They're not going back down to a buck 20, right? Because we have a lot of wage inflation that's happened. Everybody, all these politicians want minimum wage of $15 an hour. Well, what do you think is going to happen to the dollar menu, right? Um, so it's one of those things where in a year, what one of the friends that the Fed has is time, meaning in a year, if those eggs are still $3, okay, then we actually no longer have inflation, right? Because that becomes the new norm. Okay, because they do their inflation readings year over year. Well, if they were $3 last year and they're $3 this year, now we have zero inflation. One of the problems that actually happened was we had $3 or like $1.50 a year ago. So so just something to think about. Another thing that I believe is that's kind of going on with the overall markets is I think things are going to start to get bad. We're going to see a lot of job losses over the next couple months. I think going into December, not this one, but I think that um, December, January, February is when we're going to see a lot of job losses and things like that start to really come down the pipeline. And I believe that is where companies are going to start laying off more and more people. I think that's where the market is going to probably maybe potentially hit the 2000s. Okay. Now, when I say 2000s on S&P, I'm talking about 2900 level, not 2000 level. I don't think it's that bad, but I think we could see things because what's going to happen is the Fed's going to probably do 50 basis points in December at their next meeting, and then they'll probably do 25 and then pause. But things are going to start rolling downhill really quick, and meaning job losses. Maybe we get negative 150,000 in January or February. I think a lot of companies are going to lay people off in December, right before Christmas. We see it happen all the time. For whatever reasons, companies love to hurt people in that way. Um, and so I think the market is just going to churn, right? I mean, remember, just because no matter how bad you think the market doesn't just go in a straight line down. Okay, this is why you have massive bear market rallies, right? That look like they're going to rip your head off, and then all of a sudden they stop and reverse, right? Because so the market has to go up and down even during bad times. We all know things aren't getting better, they're getting worse, right? But in those pockets, there are going to be times you can make money, right? It's just like day trading. When we're scalping, there are good times to do it, and there's momentum moves and vice versa. Same exact thing on the bigger picture. So that's a if you kind of look, if we draw a couple trend lines right here, right? We actually broke it. We're on the other side of the trend line. Last time we did this, okay, it looked like this. It looked like this. Okay, here we are again. It happens over and over and over. Okay, we are just in a bear market. Every rally is being sold, just like every dip was being bought. Okay. I mean, it's the same exact thing. Flip this chart over, it'll look exactly the same. So you need to kind of understand the market we're in. We're probably going to churn. Now, we do have the elections next Tuesday for the House and the Senate. Um, the big one is the House. I think if the Republicans actually get the House, I think we could see a stabilization of the market, where we could rally. Um, Probably maybe back up to this 3,900, maybe even 4,000, right? Because the market's like gridlock, meaning if the Republicans win, the market is the Democrats can't pass anything, right? And the House is the important one because if the Republicans win the House, then they are in charge of doing all these investigations, and they could start calling people up, of kind of bring up the laptop issue. I'm trying to use words that won't get me in trouble, right? But I think a lot of those things are going to be on the table. If it's a sweep where the Democrats win both the House and the Senate, I think this market's going lower. That's me personally, because it means they're going to spend more money and probably create more inflation and more problems. So again, not trying to be political in any way. I hate the left. I hate the right. I hate them all. Just do what's right for the people. Um, that's my thoughts on it. So that's it. I think, like I said, I think the Fed has to talk this market down because remember, the Fed is trying to lower is it make people stop spending money. Well, if the market rallies, that's a good thing, right? And people are going to feel richer because they have more money in their accounts and they're going to go spend more money. So they have to talk the market down. When you see them pause, that's when you want to get along the stock market, I believe. But not right now. This is why we see every Fed, they come out, they say something. And like I said, I think they made a big mistake of what they said today. So um watch this one's hard. Bigger picture, we got divergence here. Looking at for a potential trade. But if anything, maybe get long. Is there a trade? I'll be honest with you, I don't like anything in this market right now. I thought we would have a lot more, but let's just kind of see what there is, right? Bounce right off the 38 0.2%. Right? We're in a reverse waterfall. Maybe if it gets back down to the 61 for a quick scalp, couple ticks maybe, there might be a trade, but yeah, let's come over here and let's take a look. Look at this, right? This is why I love this chart. Look at this a point of control from a couple hours ago, right? Point of control and value area high, which are considered naked, right? Went right to it and reversed. Next one will be right up here and then maybe a potential reversal. So maybe 65 and a quarter might be a decent trade, 65.50 if we get there. So I will leave. Let's do this. Let's put this right here. I'm going to throw, but here's the other problem is we have the 200 period up here, which I actually think we're probably going to, because look at this, right? Boom, 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 right before the Fed came out, right? Just went sideways, fell, and then boom. So, or actually, sorry, that's not the Fed. That was right at the open when we reopened. So I think that's what we should be looking at. These levels, they also matches up right there. Um, so if anything, probably higher, but again, I wish there was more, a little more action tonight. But hey, let me know what you guys think, what your thoughts are with the Fed. Do you guys think do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Where we're probably gonna go lower. I don't think we make new lows until next year. Believe it or not, early next year. I don't. I think if anything, the Republicans will probably take the House. If they do, that's actually good for the market. And then we just trade range bound and maybe trade within a range of something like this into the end of the year. That's what I think would probably happen, something along those lines. So, hey, MD. So if you do, so remember, looking at this, because you're asking, should we short 37.67? Remember, none of this is trade advice, right? But if I was to do something, I like this level here because we have the 200, right? We have this little base. right here. That's where kind of we closed and then reopened. Okay. And then it just seems like a logical point to me. Think of it as it's a potential high volume node right inside here from all this price action. We keep bouncing. Also look at this swing low right here. Okay, it's the same thing. Bounce, fail, come back, fail, go up, come back down. So as we come back up, it'll be the first touch. So it seems logical at that level, I believe. So I like it. Again, I thought the market would be a lot more busy than we are right now. So, oh, you're welcome, MD. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one right now. I mean, we could say bigger picture, right? We actually have divergence here, double top, excuse me, here, right? So I'm not in love with it, but with that being said, just really not seeing anything worthwhile. Maybe look at something like this. We are in this channel, right? Draw this just from these two pivots, duplicate that line, go here, takes us right up to that 65 and a quarter level. So, um, hey guys, do me a favor too. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Kind of let people know we're live. Hopefully, get into the algorithm, right? So we're just stair stepping higher. I think on the little pullback, I might try and get long here. I'll put an order in. See if I could get filled on a quick little pullback right here. Maybe it move right up to the upper edge of this trend line. And look at this, right? I'm not going to chase it. I want that one tick better fill. If I miss it, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to chase it. And look, we've gotten that point. So there's that pop I was looking for. So I'm going to cancel this. Now, I'll probably, if we keep rallying, I'll probably look to short the 67.50 level. What else? Yeah. We'll probably stall here maybe because of the space right here, right? If we zoom out, we could see this base right here. But yeah, I'm gonna throw, like I said, I'm gonna throw an order in 67.50, the 200, also this kind of reopening level. Maybe break out and then sharp a reversal, a big pop up. Oh man, it's like watching paint dry tonight. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta send somebody a chart. Did anybody have any big trades today on the ESs? Like, did you guys catch the down move at all? So here's a chart real quick I did from last or this weekend, right? We got right up into the 127 and failing. We're now below the 50 with a close. That's usually bearish. And when you close out the lows, and all that. So, oh, nice job spotted out. That must have been a major day, right? Um, so let's go back. So real quick, let's take a look at this chart. Is the reversal happening? Oh, there's our reversal. Get that 66.50, right? Missed it by a point. But here, I'm still going to leave it because here's something that I want you guys to look at. Okay. Is this is a potential setup for divergence. Let's go back to a regular chart. So this is what one of the trade subs I look for, right? We have a move up, right? A move up right here. we have a move up, right? Everything's working as is right here, right? We make a move higher, make a move higher, make a move higher. We then have a pullback right here, okay? We have the pullback. We have the pullback here. Now, what I want is a move higher with a lower pullback, right? Which will create the divergence. This will create this divergence, and this will create a divergence here, like this, right? So this is essentially what I'm looking for. This is a very good setup. Look at the fast stochastic, right? We just want to see a touch and then a reversal, and we should see it right here where we have a potential pullback, right? And look at the 80, right? If we could get up here and then come back down and this stays below the 80, that's what we want. So we just got short there. Now a resistance level, we want to see a pullback with this right here. So we will see. And again, just I'm going to use a discretionary 2 point stop on this. Now, one of the things I don't like is now this thing better reverse soon, right? Because look at this. Now everything's working as is, right? So we need a break below the previous candle's low. Um, Gotcha, spotted out. Just reading your comments, need about another 80 points. Well, hopefully the market will reverse back down. Um, I'm a little upset. I did good and then made a stupid move the last 5 minutes and blew up. Don't know why I took that last trade. Well, let me ask you, why did you take that last trade, yoga girl? Was it fear of missing out? Was it greed? Was it like what were the reasons for it? Stepped away for a while. Maybe you already said it, Jason, but what's your feeling for target levels tomorrow? I have no clue for tomorrow. I think we're going lower. Who knows for a target? I mean, the daily looks bad. We're in a we're in a waterfall now, right? But we may see a retracement. We may just slowly creep higher and come all the way back up to this level, right? To 38 20 levels overnight. We might just have that slow grind. But I will say, look at our short, right? It's 67.50, right? We're up a point. See if we could get a little lower. I will now move my stop to above this high, right? At 68 and a quarter. So 68.50. So now I only have a point worth of a risk on this trade. So, no greed. My account was finally up and rebuilding, and I shouldn't have. How can I stop over trading? Have rules for yourself, right? Kind of like, and this is for yoga girl. I would probably say one way of over trading is only look for A plus setups, right? If you're up good for the day, just walk away. Maybe give yourself a target, right? A specific target of I can only make 4 trades throughout the whole day, right? Or I'm not going to give everything back up, right? So it's this is where the discipline comes in, right? This is the psychology of it, right? Say, hey, or go, I've never been a big fan of saying, hey, once you make $100, you call it a day. You stop trading. Okay. Because if you're in $90, you're going to try and get that last trade in for $10, right? And then that one trade could literally demolish you for the entire day. That's something that potentially could happen, right? Um, and so so I'm not a huge fan of doing things in that aspect, right? Because it'll mess with you. I would just say, hey, the later in the day it gets, you better know these are A plus trade setups that you're looking for, if that makes sense, right? Um, these are only A plus, like these have to be really, really good trade setups late in the day, especially if you're already up and manage risk. Definitely lower your share count, things like that. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, hey, yoga girl, remember it's a process, right? It's can be a process. It's a journey, things like that. So I just got stopped out, but if we actually break above or break below, I am jumping right back in. But again, we're in the reverse waterfall. I need to wait for that confirmation. I almost took my point two down here, but if we break below this, I'm jumping in because it'll break. It'll be a double top with a potential reversal. So yeah, good job, Jay. Well, it's not even a double top because this is higher, right? With divergence. We could see it here, we could see it here, right? But we need price to break below. And this is why you don't jump in early, right? Because guess what? May no longer be divergence. Yeah, look, it's about yoga girl. It's about not over trading, right? The later in the day, the trades better become better and better. Okay, so if we break this, I'm jumping in for a short. I'll probably add, and then my stop will be right above the high. But I don't think we're gonna do it. So, well, I wouldn't say limit yourself to 3 trades, but if you do good on your trading, right? Maybe you lower your share count. You only look, all your trades should be A plus only trades, right? If that makes sense. So all the trades have to be better. But if it, like today, like I said, I think I had 5 winners, right? 5 for 5, apart from this trade that I'm doing right now. But it's one of those things where as kind of once I got to my fourth and fifth trade, I'm like, okay, I went from the minis to the micros, right? Because I'm not giving all that money back. And it's just one of those things. Some days you see the market really clean, others you don't. And you have to be really careful with it, of just being very self aware of it. I hope that helps. Yeah, well, just have one account, but just so that be patient for your trade setups. So look at this. We have divergence going on right here. Just something to be aware of. If we break it, I'll probably short and I'll probably add to it. Nice look above and fail. If this thing could reverse lower now, I would love it, right? I don't like that double top, right? I would have rather just seen that one tick. Yeah, the problem comes if you limit yourself to three trades. That, like I said, there are days where it's like shooting fish in the barrel, and those are the days you could make up for a lot of bad days, right? But with that being said, there's also you don't want to sit there and say I'm only going to do three trades all day, because then you're going to become real picky of your trades, right? And then you're end of the day, you have zero trades. So I'm not, I like this, but I don't like that double top right here. This two, I wish it was only one. If it was only one wick, that would have been a great trade. But because we got that double top, I'm not in love with it. Oh, definitely. A special, yes, train girl, or yoga. If you've been doing good all day, don't go trade the last 5 minutes, right? Go to a demo account, a paper account, whatever, and then just deal with it. And then just use it as kind of like practice. But yeah, definitely don't go and give up all your profits. So remember, tomorrow's a brand new day. It's like yesterday or Monday night when, dude, you guys saw me take a bunch of trades, right? I think we ended up down $27. Next morning, went through a couple trades on, right? Because when you're teaching, it becomes a different game, at least for me. I'll be transparent on that. Like I see the market in a certain way, but it's just one of those things where as I'm teaching, I don't see the market as clear. I might miss little things. It's a double-edged sword. But the next morning, I made all that back, and then another with $30 in that micro account. So if this breaks, I might take a short. So I'm gonna look for a short in 69.75. I'm gonna lean against this right here. And watch it probably won't come back up. But this is where I'm looking for a kickback and then a fail, because we have divergence here, we have a divergence here, we have divergence here. So I want to see a kickback. So we will see. I'm also trying to get filled at 50. How Hey, it's all part of the learning experience, right? Um, how do I go in fresh and not going in trying to make up losses? Every day is a brand new day. It's a journey, right? It's a marathon. Who cares about your last trade? The only thing you should care about is what did I do wrong and how do I fix it and not do that same mistake? That's the way I would look at it, right? So this first trade, I could have taken a point, which I probably should have, right? Because of nighttime, whatever, all these issues going on, right? Um, but I'm over it. I've moved on to the very next trade. It's something you need to learn to work on um, for your own mental side of how do I not let these trades affect me. So yeah. So you just gotta go, dude. Yesterday was yesterday. Who cares? It's kind of like driving. When you drive your car, do you look behind you? Yeah, you look behind you for cops or whatever, right? But you're always looking through the front windshield, right? Same exact scenario. So I'm still looking for this kickback back up here. Kind of sucks because I missed that trade by a tick right here. Touched and never got filled. We've actually been done our point plus back. Um, yeah, definitely don't get greedy. You got to work on not being greedy. That is, listen, manage risk, right? Look, you guys have seen me get beat up the last couple nights, right? On Monday, dude, I'm showing you guys the good and the bad of my stuff, right? I've gotten beat up, okay? But I'm managing risk. Not every trade is going to work. And I think this is where we have to understand we're trading patterns. That's all they are. Okay. It's kind of like these patterns work, but they don't work all the time. Look at this nice kickback, right? Just like I thought. Look at our stochastic, right? Look at our MACD. Everything's pointing lower. Now, what I want is this candle to close, the next candle to look like this and go lower. Because if we break this, right now, we are now in a waterfall and this is bearish, right? So I'm going to start to take profits right now because we have the 200 right below here that we could find support on, right? So I got filled there. Okay. And here's a really good lesson. Here, I'm going to do another one right here. See if I could get filled. Oh, no, so here. Now I'm chasing it, right? So I'm going to leave it. What this is the lesson I want you guys to learn right here. Okay. I just went from being down 5 to up 6. Okay. Because I saw it stalling. We should have flushed. But the main reason why I took profits early on both of them is for that self-esteem, right? I just had two winners. I had a loser and two winners. in a row, right? I'm now up for this session right now. Okay. Now I it's more a confidence thing. I get who cares about the money. Look, I would have been stopped out. The best trade I've ever taken, right? That's the way I look at it. I don't care about the other loss. I'm just like, okay, hey man, my first one I should have taken profits early. Guess what? Second, I took profits early, right? It worked out because I saw something. I saw the 200. I saw stalling. I'm like, just let me build my confidence up for this session, right? And that's I think how you overcome. Maybe you go in and you look for a point and just get that winner on the board. Get that first winner, okay? And then work off that. It's hard when your first trade is a winner and then it turns around and you now lose, right? So now I'm like, hey, let me get that confidence up of, hey, let me have a couple winners. So hopefully that helps, guys. Hold on. I gotta text somebody. Um, yeah, so hopefully that is the nugget. Like I tell people, when you watch these, listen, you're not gonna remember everything, but hopefully tonight's nugget is when you can have a winner, and if you're down or your first trade's a loser and your second one's a winner, instead of taking full profit, maybe you just get that win under your belt and build that confidence for the next trade, right? For kind of like, okay, now we're starting from scratch. I have a winner. Okay. I know I could do this. And like I said, all we're doing is trading patterns. Trade patterns and manage risk. That's all trading is about. If you can really drill that into your head, that you will have losers, not every single trade's going to win. Okay. And you might have 4 or 5 losers in a row. Look, these patterns aren't working the way they should, are they? Yeah, there's divergence, all these things, but guess what? They're just not working. This is what happens in markets, right? Some days they'll work all day long, other days they won't work. There's no one strategy that is you're going to win every single time. So hopefully that helps, guys. Jay, I saw this in the waterfall video. I should have held my trade. Yes, you should have. Nice bull flag right here, maybe. But like I said, I won't be surprised if we start to creep up and we rally all the way back up to the 3,800 level over the next couple hours. Because I'll tell you right now, the market's not showing that bearishness because we will have already made new lows right now. Um, Here, potential bull flag, right? Look at the stochastic, look at the MACD. Everything's working, right? Everything is working in the market's favor to be bullish. Come over here, right? Let's look at this chart. Where could we potentially find resistance? Well, we could probably find it right here at this low volume node. To find it at this low volume node, this one right here, right? Up here, down here, right? But look, it's this candle's high, this candle's low, this candle's low, right? This candle's low. We're just trading off of wicks. So, give me a quick second, guys. Okay. So watch these levels, right? So if we come back over here, all we need to do is, so see how I drew all those pictures there? All I need to do is come over here now and pull up my default 3 minute. That's why I have that under. And now I have these levels, right? I understand they are wick highs and wick lows and things like that. So we have another bull flag starting to form, right? But let's grab our Fibonacci extension. We're going to go from the low of this white candle to the high, right? All of this price action and draw our fib extensions. And we want to see if things match up. Look where our 200 matches up with, right? Right at this low volume node. The top of this low volume node right here, which is the low of that wick. So the reason I point these things out to you guys is as we start to rally, right? As we start to rally, we now know we have confluence. We have the Fibonacci pattern, move, symmetry pattern, and also that low volume node. So if we want to short that, we can. But here's one thing that I will say. I'm not trying to scare anybody out of a trade or anything like that, is just understand we could see the weird moves that get exaggerated because of such a big down move that we had today. So just something to be aware of. But let's watch. I'm not going to trade this. But let's watch and see what price does up here. Jason, at this time, are there only retailers moving the market? No. If anything, it's probably just algorithms moving the market, right? People hedging. things like that. Remember, you have the Japan that opened. Europe's going to be opening soon. The European markets later on. So people are hedging, things like that. But I mean, you of course you got some retail people in here too, but I'd say more if anything algorithms. So hopefully that helps. Hey Woody, hey, I just saw your text. Um, yeah, I'm using a 200 EMA. You might be using a SMA. So for my 200. So yeah, where is it? Right here. Yeah, I'm a 200 exponential. I'm also on the ETH. So look at what price did right here, right? Went to the 127 and reversed. So here, one thing we can do is draw a fib from this swing low to this high right here, and then maybe look for levels. Maybe the 75, right? That was the breakout level of this whole thing. So that 33.70 and a quarter level might be something good. We do have divergence, right? Up here. And again, just trading patterns and manage risk. That's all trading is. If you guys could really understand that and kind of understand that is what trading's about, is learning patterns, finding what patterns work more times than not over and over and manage your risk. Trading really is not that hard. The problem is everybody's like this. Oh my God, the market's going higher because we're rallying. Okay, let me get long, right? And they start clicking the mouse, now realizing you have a divergence. This is a potential kickback of this divergence that's forming, right? And then what happens is they get long here thinking it's going to break out and then it reverses and now they're upside down money and then they panic, it pulls back and then it goes, right? It's the emotions. Like I said, I try and do these live streams in the evening because the markets are slower. I do them so I could pass on the knowledge people have taught me throughout the years, right? It's my way of giving back to the community. If you guys could learn one thing tonight, take one takeaway, that's all I care about, right? Um, and then it's kind of like, okay, hey, like stop being emotional. If you do get long for the breakout, where's your target? Where's your stop loss, right? Use the chart. The chart tells you exactly where your stop loss should be. If I want to get short because of this divergence, I enter here. My stop is right above here. The chart, it does all the work for me, right? Um, it's just, does this pattern work this one time? Every trade is independent of itself. And Yoga Girl, I think this really, hopefully this will be a aha moment. where who cares about the very last trade? That last trade is independent of any other trade you've taken. This trade, if I take this, is independent of any trades I've taken all day. It's just based on that one pattern. Everything is random. Okay. We don't know if we're going higher or we're going lower, but I could tell you odds are we're probably going to go lower somewhat. Okay. And here we go. We're going lower, right? If you remember body, wick, right? Maybe even a body wick here, right? And then we're reversing. And so the trade has worked. Now, how far down does it go? I have no clue. Nobody does. It's all random. Okay. And if you can understand that your job is to manage risk and identify these patterns that happen over and over and over and become a master of these patterns, trading becomes a lot easier. Will you have a lot of little baby losses? Yes. If you saw my first trade, I took it. I had a 2 point stop as price moved down. Okay. I managed my risk to the prior high to where instead of having 2 points of stop, I now only had 1 point of a stop loss. Okay. And the trade didn't work, but the next ones did work. And I actually did two contracts, right? Where they both worked. Okay. And you saw me take profits early because I saw something I didn't like that I've seen over and over and over. And I sat there and I go, hey, let me get back my money I lost and maybe make a couple dollars and but have the confidence to have better trades. And that's it. So hopefully that helps, guys. Sorry, sorry for my long rants, but nice job, Woody, on killing it. So just saw your text. So here's another one, right? Another divergence. Okay. Not saying it's going to work. But remember, it's all random, right? But this pattern works more times than not. And let me show real quick. Look at this, right? If we break below, is this a reversal pattern? Yes. Is this a divergence pattern? Yes, but price needs to break. Do not anticipate. Wait for the confirmation of the break. Trust me, I did this so many times where it took me a long time to learn. Wait for that break. If price never breaks, we're still in the uptrend. Because there's a lot of times where it goes. Now, I want to show you guys something real quick. It happened right here. Okay? There were all these little divergences going on this afternoon, right? Kind of had one here, you had one here, right? See this divergence right here? You kind of had a divergence here, right? Here, if you took it, but the problem were the bounces weren't that big, right? You had a divergence here, somewhat like this, right? But this one there wasn't. But if you see, we kept failing, right? Kind of we would bounce. Once we break above, we would bounce and then fail, bounce and then fail. But then eventually we had, what do we have? A look below and fail. We love this pattern. There was divergence, right? Kind of bigger picture divergence here to here. And then we could kind of look all the way back to here to here. Okay, so we had a very clean divergence, right? And then look at the move you got. I don't know which one's going to happen, but I do know this. The more failures you have, the bigger the move higher. So just something to be very aware of and to look at. So, and look at this. This is why you wait. Okay? Because look at what happened. If you got short here, we never broke the reverse waterfall. Guess what? It made new highs. Then you now have a bearish engulfment at the highs right there. Took out the high, took out the low. 90% continuation, we're going lower. Now, does that mean I get short here? No. This is where I look for a level to look for a short, 77.50 maybe, right? Guess what? If I take that, where's my stop? Right above this high. It's only a small, if I'm wrong, it's a small paper cut. If I'm right, I get rewarded. Okay. Second, we drew this 77.78. Remember, I also drew this fib. Where did we go? Right to the 61.8 reverse, right? We're almost at the 70. That's close enough, right? Missed it by a tick or two. How did we get that level? We got that level because it's a low volume node right here, which is also the wick low here. So hopefully that helps, guys. Oh, and look at this, right? These are the weekly trade zones from my service. I'm going to just do a shameless plug for my service. 99 bucks lifetime subscription. You get these every single week. Sorry about that. Guys, get these every weekend, right? This was our first lower trade zone. And look at what price did. Came right down to it and had a nice bounce. Even here, right? We just kind of bounced along it, right? And look at the move. You could have gotten a 20 plus point move off that trade zone. So again, my website, daytradingfearless.com. You get these weekly trade zones every single week. I've been doing them for 7 years. And you also get my 7-hour video course. Right here at my website, daytradingfearless.com. And that's it. I mean, it's probably the best deal out there on the web. Right to the point, no fluff, right? I'm not trying to sell you any other stuff. It all comes in to one thing. So just one price, one time payment. Go on Twitter, you'll see I've been doing trade zones for, like I said, past 7 years, every single weekend. It's all verified on there. Hey Jay, question for MES micros. Do we look at ES to also trade MES micros? I do. So me personally, I will look at the ESs and trade off the ESs. Okay. Now, the one thing, like the high of this candle is 78. The high of the MES micros, it's 78. Now, if this was at 78 in the quarter and we were at 78, my stop would go probably 78.50 because again, price needs to break this, right? But usually they're pretty dead on. So remember, this 200 still in play, right? But think about this, right? Here is our kickback. So let's hide these guys, right? We'll just leave this. But here's the kickback. We could use that body or we could use this body, right? This is, so think about it, right? Actually, let's clean all this up. Here's our divergence right here. Okay, we see it here. We see a divergence. We break the reverse waterfall here. Price breaks, right? Remember, reverse waterfall, all we care about are the higher lows. Break it, and then we look for the kickback because I don't want to enter here. I'd rather enter here because my stop, if I enter here, my stop's still back up here, right? If I enter here, sorry, here, now my stop is here. I'm risking less. The only problem is sometimes I'll miss a trade. I'm okay with that. But these would be the two levels with a stop. And look at this, right to it, body, and then a nice reversal of a couple points. And here I probably would have missed it because I would have leaned against this 77.50 with a 78 and a quarter stop. That would have been 3 ticks for 2 points, meaning 3 ticks of risk, 2 points. And again, I'm trying to show you guys. I know I repeat myself over and over, but I'm just trying to show you guys how powerful these divergences are, right? And yes, sometimes you'll take paper cuts, you'll have losers, but when they work pretty well. Real quick, does anybody have any questions for me? Because I'm probably going to jump off here in about 10 minutes. So again, grab Fibonacci's, come here, right? These lows to these highs, we can now look for levels to the downside. You see how one of the things that I want to show you guys is if the market's making new highs or new lows, I'll look for divergences. When we start doing pullbacks, I'll look for Fibonacci's. This is what I teach in that course, right? Where the waterfall, the Fibonacci's divergence, right? They all are part of the same trade, right? So when there's no divergence, there's usually a Fibonacci pullback. And look at how perfect this is. Okay. From these lows to this high, a pullback right to the 61.8 is this level right here, which is this candle after the breakout, which is your first low. So, um, Woody, Jason's 100% right. Risk management is key to your success. Yes, hey, thank you, Woody. It is manage risk and find patterns, and you'll be amazed how well your trading turns around. Kind of like Yoga Girl. You talked about losing the last 5 minutes, right? Risk management's also knowing when not to take a trade. Like I'm very hesitant to take a trade because, and this is more of confidence builder. Again, I don't need it, but I just want you guys to kind of understand. Yeah, if I see an A plus trade, I would have taken this trade. I would have jumped in if we pulled back up here. I didn't see we got there, so I'm like, I'm not gonna play it, but I might take this trade down here. Maybe at 75, right? For a quick little bounce. We have the 200 right below that checked as support, but I'm not going to force anything. I'd love to end with a winning night after the last couple streams, but that's it. So, um, Jay, I'm gonna need the 3 hour mentor. Okay, hey, sounds good, man. You got my number. Just call me, let me know. Um, Spike and channel setup, rather going short target 200. Hey, I like it. Look, Woody, here's a perfect example. Take the short, right? Trade your pattern, but price breaks above here, exit. You can always re-enter, right? And I know you already know all this, but it's just one of those things. Um, you're welcome, Jay. Thank you. No, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Hey, if, like I said, if you guys are learning, that's all I care about. So here is, would I trade this on a kickback up here? No. And the reason being is because we already had the kickback, right? This waterfall or this move lower was the kickback, right? From here to here was the kickback, right? And that's kind of like wick, body, right? Wick. So now it doesn't mean we can't come here and then reverse and go like this, right? Because if you think about it, think about this: a high, a low, a lower high, lower low. We took out this low by one tick. This is now, we are now making lower highs, right? And so maybe this rolls over to make more lows, right? And if we come over here, just draw trend lines, okay, and duplicate. Now it's kind of like, remember when you go bowling? If you guys have kids or if you're not a good bowler, beginner bowler, right? You know how they give you guys bumpers, right? To bowl. So does it, the bumpers go in the gutter so you don't get gutter balls and it bounces off, right? Think about, that's what these trend lines are. Maybe you like this for a short. Look, our VWAP here, and maybe look for a trend. We got the VWAP, the trend line, and we know we're making lower highs and lower lows, maybe look for a short and come back down. So just something to think about. Now, if you want to take that trade, what do you wait for? Want to know what you wait for? You wait for this reverse waterfall, right? Think about it. We have a low, a higher low. A double bottom is still a higher low, higher low. If we break this, we're back in here and we're probably coming down. And then if you want to do a quick little scalp, remember, paper cuts are okay. Just don't chop my arm off, right? Maybe you enter, if we break below this previous candle low, will now break that reverse waterfall. We'll be in the waterfall. You could short here and your stop goes above here. You don't need to use this, right? And maybe look for one of these little patterns. So hopefully that helps, right? So look, we just broke it. Maybe you could wait for a retracement, 75.50. Your stop would be 76.50. You're risking 1 point to make 2 points to the downside. Again, just showing you a different way to trade. So, different way of kind of looking at the markets and being like, hey, like I could find a trade any moment, any time of the day, right? Like, of course, I'd rather wait for the pullback, right? Because it means my pullback, less risk if I enter here. But look at that, right? We drew the trend line. We saw the VWAP anchor. We saw the look above fail. We're now in with the close, our reverse waterfall, right? So we're back in the channel. Usually, whenever there's a channel, and you look up, you're going all the way back to the other end of the channel, and we might be getting down to the 200 that Woody's looking for, right? So again, and remember, we on this way up, right? A high, sorry, a low, a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay. But then we took out this low, which was a major swing low, and now we're making lower highs and lower lows. And now we're in the waterfall. One, two, three, four. If you took that trade, you can now move your stop from up here all the way to here, right? Because we're in the waterfall. Guess what? If we break above here, now we go back to a bullish market. Right now, we're in a bearish market until proven otherwise. And here we go, right? Just made a new low. So look at this, right? Price just broke below that low, right? And you could just trail your stop lower, right? If you're looking for bigger moves, just use that. Don't need a trailing stop, just use the prior candle's highs is your exit. Yeah, the only problem, Woody, that I'm gonna say right now, just something to be aware of. We actually have hidden divergence right here on both of them. Just a FYI. We just need a break above, right? For this hidden divergence to be confirmed, we need to break above. But again, this is why we need that break above, because we have a hidden divergence. But if it never breaks, we're still in that waterfall. It could keep going lower, but if we get this, we're probably going to bounce back up. So just something to be aware of. But again, until we break above its previous candle's high, we're still in that downtrend. So again, now with this, if we break back above, I'm not saying we're going all the way back to the highs. I'm not saying, I'm just saying we're, if anything, we'll probably bounce back up. That's where we could grab our fib retracement. Okay. And come here because again, look at your indicators. They're telling you hidden divergence. And there's the break. I guarantee you we'll probably bounce back up to the 75 level. Again, we're just looking for scalps. We're not looking for the witty type moves all the way down, right? It's not what I do, but I'm just looking at the very micro. And again, you want to get long off this hidden divergence, maybe look for a pullback halfway back, right? And your stop goes right below this low right here. So here's a good example, right? Let's see what price does. I'm not going to trade it, right? But let's just say, hey, get along at 75, right? Your stop would be 72.50. Can you get a point back up to that 75? Yeah, probably. Look, we're right there. Here's your point. You're about to get your point right here. We just touched it, right? Didn't get a fill, but and we're probably going right back to this VWAP. It acts as a magnet. And think about it, right? We went from being in a waterfall to a reverse waterfall. Market's bullish until proven different. So here's your 75, right? Just touched, right? So you probably have gotten filled here. So you would have gotten your point with a point and a quarter worth of a risk. Okay. Hey, you guys have any questions? I think I'm going to jump off. Been on hour and a half. So did actually pretty good. We should have taken a lot more of these trades, right? We actually would have killed it. Dude, we caught this, caught this, caught this. So again, just learn the patterns, manage risk, guys. I will drill that into your head. I know until you guys are sick of hearing it, that's what you guys need to hear. And so, but as always, thank you for joining, guys. Thank you for taking your time out of the night to be with me. Um, Again, hopefully this helps. Make sure you guys check out my other videos on YouTube. Like, subscribe to the channel. I'll probably be on maybe Sunday night or next week sometime in the evening. So awesome. Good job, Jay. So, okay. Well, again, thank you again, guys. And you got, hey, be safe out there trading. And again, really focus on managing risk tomorrow, Friday, the rest of the week, and look for patterns and just keep trading simple. It doesn't need to be that hard. So, till next time, we'll talk to you guys. Thank you.